Hello everyone. Okay, we're going to need blocks today. At the very least need one block to put in between your knees. We're going to get started straight away onto our backs. And I want your feet on the ground, your knees up towards the ceiling. That block just handy. We're not going to use it for the moment. We're just going to get ourselves right into this time, this space right now. So lying onto your back. Take a big inhale through the nose, breathe in. Big sigh out the mouth. As you breathe out, feel your shoulders just drop. Take another inhale. Another exhale. You can close down your eyes or soften your gaze. And I want you to bring a hand to your belly and a hand to your chest. Feel your breath moving in and out of your body, but see if you can keep that top hand still so the breath is going right down into that bottom hand. Feel your head on the ground, your back, your feet on the floor. Scan through the body, see if there's anywhere that you're unconsciously gripping or holding through the forehead, maybe the cheeks or the eyelids, maybe the jaw. Can that all get a little heavier? Maybe through the chest and the belly, maybe there's unconscious gripping through the legs. Invite one more breath here. Big inhale. Sigh it out the mouth. I'm going to take a block, that block that we had earlier, place it in between your knees, and I want it on its second width. And when I say knees, I actually mean just above your knees. Now from here, feet are hip distance apart, hands come behind the head. You're going to tuck your pelvis under, so pubic bone goes more up towards your face, and then we're going to lift up into a little crunch. We're getting straight into it today. So lifting up into a little crunch, and then coming back down, and we're just going to go up and down a few times. And I want you to see if you can match this with your breath. So as you come up, exhaling out, inhaling, coming down. I'm going to go back and forth, up and down a few times. Last two. Last one, we hold it up at the top here. And then from here, we're going to float the feet off the ground. We want those knees parallel to the floor, above the hips, and the shins parallel to the floor. Now from here, we're going to keep squeezing the block in between the knees and extend the legs out and then pull them back in. We're going to do that 3 more times, stealing them out, pulling them back in. Last 2, and in. Trying to push that back into the floor, and in. Last one, and in. Now from here, keep those knees hovering. We go down through the chest and then lifting back up. We go down and up. 2 more. Last one. Holding at the top here, we extend those legs. We're doing 5 this time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those knees back in. Take the block. Feet as wide as the mat is. Let them sway side to side. Get your breath back. And then we take this same thing again. Feet in line with the hips. Block in between the knees. We lift up into a little crunch. Hold. We take the feet off. Hold. We extend the legs and pull them back in. We're going to keep going. Maybe you can get a little bit lower with the legs. Got 3 more. Last 2. We're going to hold at the bottom. The lower your legs are, the harder this is, and it already is pretty hard. So assess as you need. You might bend your knees and hold somewhere in the middle, or have those legs extended. We're holding for 3, 2, 1. Release those legs, feet as wide as the mat is, sway side to side. Breath back into the body. We're doing one more round and then we're done. And by done, I mean just like done abs. We've still got a whole class, so sorry. Let those knees sway back to the back, side to side. We're going to do that last round. Block in between the knees. We lift up into a little crunch. We extend. And pull in. We've got 4 more. And in. 3. And in. 2. Last one. We hold for 3, 2, and 1. Pulling it back in towards the chest. Taking that block. We're going to rock up and down a few times. You're going to see if you can plant the feet and stand all the way up. So hands reach, pushing through the feet, standing all the way up. That block can come to the ground. On, coming into a forward fold. Let your head rest, let your whole body rest over your legs. Big breath in, big exhale. Hands come down, feet step back into a plank. We're going to lower the knees on this first round. Keep these elbows close to the body, lifting up into a baby cobra. Pressing back into a downward dog. Have a little pedal through the feet here. Any movement that feels good, take it. Big breath in. Big exhale. Rise up high into your toes. Step all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up, look up. We're going to grab a hold of this right wrist. Grabbing a hold of this right wrist, bend your knees, and then extend this right foot over towards the left side. We're going to reach this right arm up and then over towards the left as well. We've got this big C curve happening through the chest. Big breath into this right side. Big exhale. One more time, big breath in. Big exhale. We slowly pull this right knee in towards the chest. Left hand grabs the outside of the right knee. Long through the spine. Right hand is reaching behind. And you're watching that right leg doesn't overpower the chest. We still want the chest over the top of this left foot. Extending those right fingers back. Intentional with the fingers. Separate them, extend. From here, very slowly, we send this right foot to the back of the mat. Nice and slow. Step that right foot down, lower the right knee. We reach the arms up in a low lunge. Big breath in. Big exhale. Arms come out to the side. We squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. As you exhale, push the hands away, send the hips back. And as you do that, I want you to try and tuck your pubic bone up towards your face so the pelvis rolls up and pulls. And when you do that, you should feel a big opening through this right thigh. So pushing the hands away, we want this kind of C curve through the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, push. Inhale, open. Twice more. Push. And open. Last one. And open. From here, the right hand goes down onto the inside of that left leg. We're going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling and take that right knee off. Now this left arm is going to circle towards the back of the mat. As it reaches forward, we're going to lower that right knee. Arm reaches all the way up. It lifts that right knee off. Exhale, circle the arm forward. Knee comes off every time the arm reaches up. Last one. And lower this time. We lift that right knee off. We're going to step this left foot over the right foot into a wild thing. Hips up nice and high. Looking at those left fingertips. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand, left foot. Step back down. We move through our flow. Coming back up. Downward dog. Separate those fingers. Feel your breath in your belly. Big inhale. Big exhale. Rise up high into your toes. Step all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up, look up. We're going to take this left wrist, bend through the knees, send that left leg all the way over to the right side. We C-curve the spine over towards the right side as well, pulling actively that left wrist over to the right. Big inhale. Big exhale. We're slowly pulling this left knee in towards the chest, catching it with the right hand. Extend those left fingers towards the back of the mat. Tall through the spine. See if you can get that torso directly on top of your right heel. Big breath in. Exhale, we send this left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Hands touch at the same time as that left foot. We lower the left knee down, arms reach up. We start to squeeze these shoulder blades towards each other. Big breath in. Exhale, round, pubic bone up towards the face. Inhale, pull. Exhale, round. Twice more. Trying to find that C curve with the back. Pelvis tucked under. Last one. And then left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. We lift that left knee off the ground. Looking up at your right fingertips, we watch them circle to the back. We let that left knee drop. Watch the hands circle up. Lift the left knee all the way around. Last two. Last one. We lift that right hand up. We're going to drop this right foot over the top of the left. Whoop. Wild thing, looking at those right fingertips. Big inhale. Exhale, right hand, right foot come down. We move through our flow. Coming up into a downward dog. Long through the spine. Reset. Feel your hips up nice and high. Feel the length through the back. Feel the texture of the mat underneath your hands and your feet. From here, left leg is going to go up. Left leg all the way up. Left foot is going to step somewhere in the middle of the mat. So not quite to the hands, just before them. From here, we're going to lift this right leg off and see if the fingertips can just hover off the ground here, similar to a warrior three. So pulling those shoulders back away from the ears, extending that right leg to the back of the mat. Big breath in. Exhale, we're going to drop this right foot to the back of the mat. These blocks might come in handy. We're going to drop that right foot on a 45 degree. Hands can come either side of that left foot. And we're just shifting the weight backwards and forwards. So right heel comes off the ground, up on your right tippy toes. And then left toes come up towards the face. And we go back and forth with the breath. Feeling that open through the back of the left leg. Big breath in. Big exhale. Last one. And then from here, left toes up towards the face. Can you fold a little bit more over that left leg? Big breath in. Big exhale. We're bending through the left leg now. Move those blocks out of your way. We're going to step this left foot over the right foot. Whoop, into our wild thing. Left foot comes all the way over. Looking up at that left hand towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale. We're going to bring this left forearm down. Left foot comes down. Left forearm comes down. Right foot flips over. We're in a wild thing, but now on the left forearm. Looking at those right fingertips towards the front of the mat. Big inhale. Exhale. Right hand comes down. Both feet take a step in. So we're in a funky dolphin shape. I didn't name it. This is just what it's called. It's like our downward dog, but we've got our left forearm on the ground. We're going to lift the right leg up. And then from here, right knee taps right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Last one, right knee, right elbow. And then we let everything sink down. Get your breath back. You might come into a child's pose here. Slow the breath back down. Big inhale. Big exhale. Last one. And then we come up into a downward dog. Hips up nice and high. It's the right leg that goes up this time. Deep breath in. Exhale, right foot steps just in front of the hands. The fingers are going to float off the ground. We're lifting that left leg off. We're seeing if it can just be the fingertips just near the ground. We want that torso parallel with the floor, extending that left heel away from the crown of the head. Big inhale. Exhale, we step that left foot back on a 45 degree. We're having our right leg straight, right toes up towards the face, and then shifting weight coming up onto the left tippy toes, back and forth through the legs. Slow that breath down. Last 2 here. Last one. And then from here, we bend through the right leg, move those blocks out of your way. Left hand jumps down. We're going to step this right foot all the way over the left, coming into our wide thing. This time the right hand is up towards the ceiling. We're looking at that right hand. We're going to flip over into a wild thing on our forearm. Right foot comes down, right forearm comes down, left foot flips over. Looking at your left hand, reaching to the front of the mat. And then the left hand comes down. Feet come in a step. We're in our funky dolphin shape. Right forearm on the floor, left hand on the ground, left leg reaches up. We tap left knee, left elbow. Inhale, send it up. Twice more. And up. Last one. And let everything go. Maybe a child's pose, maybe sitting on the backs of the ankles. Slow that breath down. Feel the breath right into the belly. See if it can still shift straight past the chest. Last 2 here. Okay, coming up. Downward dog. Let me just fix my mat here. Downward dog. Hips up nice and high. Rise up onto your toes. Step all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up, look up. Okay, back to that same position we were in before, but we're going to add a tree pose in. So our weight is shifting into that left leg, and this time the right foot is pressing on the inside of the left thigh. Right foot inside of the left thigh. You're grabbing a hold of your left wrist, pulling it up, and then over towards the right side. We've now got a C curve happening towards that right leg. Big inhale. Big exhale. We're slowly going to bring the torso up. It's the right knee coming up to the chest. You might grab the foot this time now that we've opened through the back of the hamstrings and extend that to the front of the room. And remember, we don't want this leg overpowering the body. That leg is a quarter of your body weight, so it's heavy. See if you can lift up and out of the left leg, and the right leg is there for show, which means that we don't care if it's straight or bent. We want it to exist as long as the torso is up straight and up tall. Now from here, we're going to let go of that right leg, see if we can hover it for a moment before we step that right foot back. So hover, and then slowly step it back. We come up into a crescent lunge. Arms come up. We're going to pull those shoulder blades towards each other, just like we did before. Exhale, straighten through the left leg a little bit. Still a little bit of a bend, but pushing away. Inhale, bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe you can get a little bit lower. Exhale. Twice more. Exhale. Last one. And then from here, right hand comes down. Left arm is looking up towards the ceiling. We're going to see if we can stay looking at that left hand as we flip over into wild thing. So keep the gaze on the left. Step that left foot over. Hips come up. And now reach that left arm to the front of the mat. Open a bit more in your wild thing. Exhale. It's left forearm that comes down. Left foot. We flip right leg over. Wild thing on forearm. Looking that right hand to the front of the mat. Exhale, right hand comes down. We walk those feet in again. This right leg goes up. Right knee taps right elbow. See if you can land it there and bring your shoulders forward so that your nose is hovering over that left hand. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then let it all go. Slow your breath down. Child's pose, sit onto the backs of the ankles. We want to get that heart rate back down. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Last one. All right, coming up into a downward dog. Rise up onto the toes. Step all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. Forward fold. Stand up, reach up, look up. Okay, weight shifts into this right leg. It's the left foot onto the inseam of that right leg. Grabbing hold of your right wrist, lifting it up, and then over towards this left side. Big breath into the right side of the rib cage. Whoop, big exhale. We're bringing that left knee up towards the chest, either going for the knee or maybe the foot this time. We extend that left leg, but we keep the torso upright. That left leg doesn't need to be straight. You're trying to find a tall torso over a straight leg. Big inhale. Exhale, we're going to see if we can hover the foot. Hover before we step it all the way back. Crescent lunge. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, push. Bring them forward. Inhale, squeeze. Maybe getting a little bit lower in that bend. Last two. And push. Last one. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up and over. Try and look at that right hand as we flip over into a wild thing. Hips come up. Reach the right fingertips to the front of the mat. Exhale, it's the right forearm that comes down. Left foot flips over. Looking at those left fingertips. Left hand comes down. Those feet walk in a step. It's the left leg that goes up. We bring left knee to left elbow. Can you bring the shoulders forward over that right hand and hover? Big inhale. Big exhale. And then lower down onto the knees. Slow the breath down. Slow the heart rate down. Last two. Okay, coming into our final flow. Coming into downward dog. Separate those fingers. Hips up nice and high. Big inhale. Big exhale. It's the left leg that goes up. Big breath in. That left foot is stepping just before the hands, like we did before. We're going to find our warrior three from here. So first, fingertips just hovering off the ground, and then they might be able to come in through heart center. Big inhale. Big exhale. We're going to stand all the way up. Pull that right foot onto the inseam of that left leg. We find our tree pose again, grabbing a hold of the left wrist, lifting it up and over towards that right side. Big inhale. Exhale takes us to the next pose, grabbing a hold of the foot or the knee. Extending that leg forward if you're holding the foot. Right arm goes back. Now when we land in our crescent lunge, we're going to stay twisted here. So right hand is going to stay reaching back, left hand will stay reaching forward. And by that, I mean the opposite. So when we step that right foot back, we're going to revolve our crescent lunge. So right foot goes all the way back. Let's hover this right foot. Step the right foot back now. Right arm reaches forward. Left hand reaches backwards. Big breath in. Exhale, tip and reverse. Left hand comes down. Right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. The right hand is going to come down. Left hand is up towards the sky. We stay looking at that left hand. Flip over. Wild thing. Exhale, left forearm comes down. Right foot goes over. Wild thing on the forearm. Exhale, right hand comes down. We walk those feet in. Right leg goes up, knee to elbow, shoulders forward. Can you let your nose touch the back of your hand and then come all the way back up? One more time. All the way back up and then let it go. Get your breath back. Slow that heart rate down. Okay, coming back up, downward dog, reset. Feel your hands and feet on the floor. Feel your hips up nice and high, breath in your belly. Big inhale, big exhale. It's the left leg that's going up. Is it? No, it's the right leg that's going up. Right leg lifts up in the air. We pull this right foot just before the hands. We find that warrior three. Fingers float first and then they come in through heart center. Big inhale. Extend that left heel away from the crown of your head. We pull this left knee in towards the chest. That left foot is going to land beside on the inside inseam of that right leg, grabbing hold of the right wrist, lifting it up and over towards the left side. Breathing into this right side of the rib cage. Exhale, we come up, left knee now to chest, grabbing a hold of the foot or the knee, extending it forward, long through the torso, breath in through the back, hover the left foot, we step it all the way back, left hand reaches forward, oh shit, I fell, left hand reaches forward, right hand reaches back, extend those fingers away, right hand comes to the back of the left thigh, left arm reaches up, big breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down. You're looking at your right fingertips. We step this right foot over the left foot. Try and stay looking at that hand. And then we bring that right forearm down. Right foot down. Left foot steps over. Coming into a wild finger, looking at those fingers. And then left hand comes down. Keep the hips up nice and high. Left leg goes up. Left knee to left elbow. Shoulders forward. Can you let the nose tap the back of the hand? One more time. And then letting those knees come back down. Slowing the breath down. Having a moment. Okay, our final pose. It's this funky dolphin shape that we're doing, but we're going to try and get both of our legs off, which will be fine. It'll be fun. We're going to have fun, okay? So you got forearm down, hand down. You've got this triangle shape, right? We're going to move this hand that's on the ground further back, because in this position, when we're in that downward dog shape, we've got the perfect triangle. The elbow isn't in the strongest position. We're moving it further back so it's in that more 90-degree position. This is a very powerful position for the hand to be in, because I can get a lot of push with that right arm. And this pose involves a lot of push with this hand. So we want that further back than it was before. The reason also for this is because we're going to let that knee rest on top of the elbow. If the knee has to travel quite far, it's more exhausting for you. So we want the hands and the feet quite close together. You're trying to find a big triangle shape with the hips, really high with the hips, so that the feet and the hands are closer. It doesn't have to travel as far, but also the hips being up higher gives us more of a chance to float the other foot off the ground. If the hips are too low in more of a plank shape, there's no way you're getting that other foot off. So I'll show you what this pose is. We've got forearm on the ground and then hand on the floor. Instead of it being a perfect triangle, I want that right hand to slide back. Now it's quite close to my knees here. I'm going to lift my knees off, bring my feet in even closer and rest that right knee on top of my right elbow. Now from here, I need to move my shoulders forward so that that nose is hovering over the left foot to be able to push through the right hand and take my left leg off the ground. Now, if my shoulders don't come forward in that position, if I hang out back here, I'm going to be trying to jump my left foot off. There is no way of feeling when my hips are back here that I could take my left leg off. They have to move forward over that left hand to feel the hips high enough forward over the hand to take that other leg off. If you think about just that seesaw action that I talk about in any arm balance, we need the weight to shift far forward in one direction enough for the other part of the weight to lift off. So if everything's even, you're going to stay in that middle bit of the seesaw. We need to tip in some way for the feet to come off. Otherwise, the feet are going to stay firmly on the ground, or you're going to be trying to jump them up and down, which never works, right? The hard thing about this pose is that you need to move your shoulders far forward enough, and that part, this position, as you felt before in the flow, is exhausting. You have to come into the most difficult part of that position to make it easier, which feels very counterintuitive, and it's hard to kind of clock exactly where that is. You might find that when you try this, you're kind of making out with the back of your hand, like your face is pressing into the ground because of how much weight you've got in your hands. If that's the case, that's okay. Let your face be against that hand. Eventually, you'll be able to move it further away, but at the very least, we want to feel what it feels like, or how we make the bottom half of the body feel a little bit lighter. So we're going to take this together. I'm going to do my opposite arm. So right forearm on the ground, left hand, start with it in line with your right elbow, and then slide it back towards that left knee. Tuck your toes, Lift your knees off the ground, bring your feet in a little bit closer, and then rest that left knee on top of your left elbow. Shoulders come forward. Your nose is hovering off that right hand. I want you to pick your right hip up a little bit to take that right leg off. If your right hip stays towards the ground, it's going to be very hard. So right hip lifts up a little bit as you lean forward to take that right foot off. You try and pull it in line with that left knee, or if it feels like you've got enough juice and energy, you try and extend it up towards the ceiling. So I'm going to go again, and I'm going to see if I can show you what I mean with the hips lifting up. So forearm is on the ground, hand is on the floor, hips are up, right? My right knee comes on to my right elbow. I bring my shoulders forward. If my left hip drops down, there's no way I'm going to be able to lift that left foot off. If I pick that left hip up and lean a bit more in towards that right leg, the left foot can come off the ground, okay? So you're starting to tilt towards the right knee and right elbow, if that makes sense. Have a play around, rewatch if you need a rewatch. Pardon me, just burping. If you're done, I want you to come onto your belly. And you're going to bring your left elbow out to the side, left ear on the ground, and let's peel the right side of the body away from the floor. Breathing into that left chest. Big inhale, big exhale. Twice more. Then we take it on the other side. Right elbow, left hand underneath the left side of the chest. Opening through that right side. Big inhale. Big exhale. And then we flip ourselves over onto our back. Bring the knees into the chest. Coming into a happy baby, having a little rock from side to side. And then taking any other final movements that you want to take. And then settling into your final pose. Slowing the breath down, feeling your back on the ground, feeling whatever's connected to the floor. Bringing your mind back to your body, back to your breath, starting to make movement through the fingers and the toes. Maybe a big stretch overhead. Eventually rolling to one side. And then pressing yourself up into a seat. And feeling this lift and lengthen up and out of the floor. reach the arms up above the head, palms touch. Hands come down, thumbs hover over your third eye in between your eyebrow. Connecting body, breath, soul and spirit. And letting your head rest on your thumbs. Bow your chest forward. And then gently lift the chest. And flutter the eyes open. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for joining me. The easiest way to let me know that you liked this class is to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you when I see you next time on the mat.